Oh, I could barely contain my excitement because a week today exactly is Christmas Eve. Let that just sink in for a moment. Well, we need to get on Mr. Christmas, don't we? Tommy Larkins is here. Tommy, good morning.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
You
I
even
thought I'd give it...
you sound like you've just scoffed a load of mince pies, so it suits you.
it's all those... it's all that milk and cookies I've been having, you know? I'm just getting into the festive spirit, Dan. How are you?
So, well, I'm very well. I'm very well. Now, Tommy, since the last time we spoke, obviously you were in an isolation period last week. Now, you're not allowed in the studio, regardless of
I
that.
know.
So,
And just when it was a false alarm as of last week with my situation, as it turned out. But hey ho, you know, it's the safety procedure, and but I do miss wearing our hats. We did do that on the 1st December one.
yeah. Well, I'm still wearing mine. It's policy now, but it's fine. It's fine.
Can
Well,
you just put mine on the? Can you just put mine on the chair? You know, just right near the green screen. Just pretend I'm there.
I'll do it immediately. Well, Tommy, let's get into it. Let's just start off with our little jingle that I don't think you can actually hear because that's not how our phone works. It's a little bit basic, but let's do it anyway. So, what have you got? You did hear that.
I did just about hear that. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So, Tommy, what film have you got for us today on the Down the Chimney December?
Well, this is the penultimate, isn't it, before Christmas Eve? Of course, I've got a big one in store for next week, but for this one, I've decided to go for another Christmas-related Danny DeVito film, but unlike last week's one, which was a dark Batman movie set at Christmas, this is a family comedy from 2006 called Deck the Halls, with starring Danny DeVito and also Matthew Broderick.
I've heard of this film. I've actually heard of this one. It's meant to be really good.
It's a film that would very much be up your street.
Okay.
You've got Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick competing over who can put the most Christmas lights up in the neighborhood. How is this film not better than it should be? Steve Finch, played by Broderick, is known around town as Mr. Christmas, as he always pulls out the stops with Christmas decorations until new neighbor Buddy Hall, played by Danny DeVito, moves in. He moves into his street with his family, wanting to take the Mr. Christmas title from Finch by outdoing him with Christmas-like one-upmanship.
Sorry, Tommy, I just want to quickly jump in and say, I called you Mr. Christmas, but having never seen this film, I called you Mr. Christmas on the opening of this review. How weird is that?
That is weird. That is freaky, man.
Oh, carry on. I've got the chills. Go on.
Well, I was just going to remember, thus competitive chaos ensues between the two families, and they're constantly trying to sabotage each other's lights, and there are a few laughs in store with this film. Broderick and DeVito bring their charm to the film. They can make most films that they star in enjoyable with their performance alone. Broderick's 1998 Godzilla trash movie aside, of course, but ultimately this film doesn't really bring much new to the table. The plot is rather silly, and it offers a few laughs here and there, but usually it is between the interactions of the main two leads and nothing else. It's Danny DeVito, though. He's always a gem. you know my admiration for Danny DeVito. The guy's a legend.
He is a legend. I love Danny DeVito.
Love Danny DeVito. He's awesome. A lot of people may relate to the film, though, as there are a lot of people out there, as we all know, who make it their mission to blitz their house with Christmas decorations each year during the festive season. Even yourself, Dan, I believe you. I find you to be quite guilty of that in a way.
I am, but I'm no Mr. Christmas.
No, you're no Mr. Christmas, but you're a worthy contender.
I'm the most decorated on the street, though. I have to add.
Yeah. That's true. You do still pull out all the stops. Honestly, to the point that some would consider it overkill on their electricity bill, though. A bit extreme.
Yeah,
You're not that bad.
No, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad.
A quote from Danny DeVito's character says it all about these type of people, though. In the film, he says the following line. He says, on news in front of everybody, I really want my house to be seen from space. I mean, if that doesn't set the mood, I mean, like from what people want to achieve with these Christmas light shenanigans, you know, fair hats off to them. Christmas hats off to them.
Love it.
But to close, this is a decent film to sit through and switch your brain off for the odd laugh here and there during the festive season. If only for Broderick and DeVito's rivalry, but ultimately there are way better films to check out over the festive season, though. So on that note, Dan, I'm going to reward this film 2 stars out of 5.
Do you know, for an enjoyable film, it does sound a bit harsh, but I get what you mean. Over the festive season, there are some great ones out there. The staple, and I'm putting it on Christmas Eve, Muppets Christmas Carol.
We've, you know...
We reviewed it before last year. Last year, Muppets Christmas Carol was the film, weren't it? On the reviews, obviously, you're trying not to repeat yourself. It was the big one. It was
the build up. We built up to that all the way to Christmas, didn't we? And it was great. But yeah, and again, you know, going back to my last line of my review about there are way better films to check out over the festive season. Muppets Christmas Carol being one of them. The Home Alone duet being another. Die Hard, The Grinch. You know, I'd sooner watch films like that than Deck the Halls. But overall, Deck the Halls is just, you know, a standard film with a few laughs here and there, and that's really all there is to it. You know, it's the penultimate film review, Dan. So rest assured, I've got something much better in store for next week.
Well, we do look forward to that, Tommy, and of course, Christmas Eve. It's so exciting, Tommy. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great last weekend before Christmas. And, we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, you too, Dan. You know, I wish you a festive weekend ahead. And, roll on Christmas Eve for our final review of December.